Hollywood has always been a place of magic, mystery, and sometimes even a little fear. Over the years, many famous people have lived in Hollywood, and even after they have passed away, some say their spirits have not left the place. We will talk about the famous haunted homes of Hollywood, the strange events that happened there, and how the past still lingers in every brick and window. Marilyn Monroe's haunted home. One of the most famous stories is about Marilyn Monroe, the beautiful blonde bombshell who died on August 5, 1962, at only 36 years old. Her death was ruled as a drug overdose, and many believe that she suffered from depression and struggled with substance abuse for years. Marilyn lived in a cozy home on Brentwood, and on her last day, Saturday, August 4th, she was with a few close people. She had her publicist Patricia Naum, her housekeeper Eunice Murray, photographer Lawrence Schiller, and her psychiatrist Dr. Greenson with her. Late in the night, around 3 a.m., Eunice Murray noticed that Marilyn had locked herself in the bedroom. When Dr. Greenson came in, he found Marilyn unresponsive. Some people believe that she accidentally took too much medication, while others say that there may have been a cover-up. There are even whispers that powerful people of the time, like the Kennedys, might have had a role in her untimely death. After her passing, friends of Marilyn reported strange sightings in the home. Some said they saw her ghost in the bedroom where she died. Others claimed they saw her figure in the backyard near the pool. Even today, some people say that Marilyn's spirit still roams the halls of her former home, as if she could not leave behind the life and love she had for the Hollywood scene. The Ghost of Bugsy Siegel and Virginia Hills Mansion. Another famous haunted tale in Hollywood is about Benjamin Bugsy Siegel, a notorious gangster who helped shape Las Vegas. Bugsy was involved with Virginia Hill, a woman who was known in the criminal world and was sometimes called the Mob Queen. Virginia was deeply involved in money matters and helped hide money in Swiss banks during a time of great financial trouble. Bugsy's life was full of danger and mystery. He was known for his role in the building of the Flamingo Hotel and Casino. However, his story took a dark turn one June night in 1947. Bugsy was in Virginia Hills Mansion, reading the newspaper, when suddenly a burst of bullets shattered the front window. One bullet hit his nose, and another struck him in the face and neck. In a strange and gruesome twist, his right eye was later found on the dining room floor, far away from his body. Witnesses say that after his violent death, people began to see a ghostly image of Bugsy running across the living room. A psychic who was called to the mansion explained that what was seen was the residual image of Bugsy's final moments. Even though the sightings of Bugsy's spirit have become less frequent over the years, many still believe that his restless ghost roams the mansion, reminding everyone of the dark deeds of the past. Lucille Ball's spooky house. Lucille Ball, the famous queen of comedy known for her role on the beloved TV show I Love Lucy, also has a tale of hauntings attached to her name. Lucille once lived in a grand mansion on North Rockberry Drive in Beverly Hills, a home she bought in 1954 with her first husband, Desi Arnaz. Although she later sold the property, the house retained memories of her time there. After Lucille's passing in 1989, people began to report strange happenings at her former home. A friend of hers, driving by one day, claimed to see her ghost through a fence. Some visitors have heard unexplained voices coming from an attic that was rarely used, and objects have been reported to move on their own. Renovations and makeovers done after her death did not seem to put her spirit to rest. Many believe that Lucille's ghost is still unhappy, watching over the home where she once laughed and loved. The Mystery of George Reeves, the original Superman. George Reeves, the man who played Superman on television, has his own eerie story. People remember him not only for his role as a superhero, but also for the mysterious circumstances surrounding his death. George died from a gunshot wound to the head, and there are many questions about how it really happened. Some say that on the night he died, he was upset after an argument with his fiancée. Friends recalled that after a loud noise in the house, he went upstairs, and soon after, a gunshot was heard. In the house where George died, real estate agents tried to sell the home, but potential buyers soon discovered that something was not right. Tenants reported strange noises coming from a bedroom upstairs, the same room where the tragic event took place. Sometimes, when visitors went to check on the room, they found that the bed was unmade and clothes were scattered around. One tenant even said that his dog barked at the doorway, as if trying to warn him of a ghostly presence. The unsettled spirit of George Reeves, often called the real-life Superman, is believed to linger in the house, forever trapped by the mystery of his death. The Haunted Mansion of Paul Bern and Jean Harlow. Another chilling chapter in Hollywood's haunted history involves Paul Bern, an MGM studio executive known for being kind and private. Paul was married to Jean Harlow, a striking actress who later became part of Hollywood's scandalous whispers. Despite his gentle nature, Paul's life was marked by personal tragedies. He was often seen around local night spots with Jean, and many assumed their love would not last. However, rumors began to swirl that all was not well in their lives. Over time, Paul grew pale, sad, and withdrawn. He argued with Jean over money and even over their large, beautiful home, which was set on 5 acres of land in Benedict Canyon, Beverly Hills. Then, on September 5, 1932, just 4 months after their marriage, Paul was found dead. He had been shot in the head with a .38 caliber. The Lasky-DeMille Barn. Tucked away behind the glamour of Hollywood studios lies the Lasky-DeMille Barn, a seemingly ordinary building with an extraordinary past. This barn, used in the early days of film production, has a long history of serving as a silent witness to the making of classic movies. Over time, workers and visitors began to report strange sounds, unexplained lights, and even ghostly figures roaming the premises. Some say that the spirit of a long-forgotten actor or crew member still lingers in the barn, forever tied to the early magic of Hollywood. The Lasky-DeMille Barn reminds us that even the most humble of places can hold secrets that defy explanation. The Magic Castle. Located in Hollywood, the Magic Castle is a unique private club for magicians and magic enthusiasts. With its grand rooms and secret passages, the castle has a mysterious aura all its own. There have been whispers of ghosts in the hallways, and some magicians claim that the spirit of an old illusionist still performs tricks in the quiet of the night. The Magic Castle is more than just a venue for magic shows. It is a living piece of Hollywood history, where the line between reality and illusion often blurs. Visitors who have had the chance to tour the castle sometimes speak of a gentle presence that seems to guide them through the many rooms, as if the ghost of a master magician is looking out for them. The enduring mystery of Hollywood's haunted homes. All of these stories, from Marilyn Monroe's haunted home to the eerie corridors of the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, show us that the magic of Hollywood is not only about the bright lights of fame. There is a deeper, darker side that continues to capture our imagination. The spirits of those who once lived, loved, and suffered in this glamorous world are said to remain behind, bound to the places where they once left their mark. Each haunted home has its own story. In some cases, the ghosts seem to be trying to warn us, while in others, they appear to be simply wandering, caught in a moment of time that never passes. These stories are told in hushed tones and passed down through generations, and they remind us that the past is never truly gone. The echoes of old Hollywood, the laughter, the tears, and the secrets, live on in every creaking floorboard and every whispered breeze. A journey through haunted Hollywood. Imagine walking down a quiet street in Hollywood late at night. The neon signs flicker, and the stars on the Walk of Fame shine dimly under the moonlight. In the distance, the sound of footsteps and soft music can be heard. You come across an old mansion, its windows dark and its door slightly ajar. Inside, you might hear a gentle hum or catch a glimpse of a figure in an old-fashioned dress. This is not a scene from a movie. It is a part of Hollywood's real-life haunted history. As you step closer, you think of the many famous faces who once walked these halls. Marilyn Monroe, with her captivating smile and troubled soul, might still be wandering these rooms, her spirit as restless as ever. You remember the story of Bugsy Siegel, the gangster with a tragic end, whose ghost now seems to echo his final moments. You can almost hear the quiet laughter of Lucille Ball and feel the sorrow of George Reeves, the man who once brought hope as Superman. And in the shadows, the spirit of Bern may be lingering, a silent reminder of a love lost and a life ended too soon. The haunted homes of Hollywood are not just about the big names. They tell the stories of many who lived and died in a world filled with dreams and despair. They remind us that behind every glamorous facade, there is a human story. A story of love, loss, and sometimes even of supernatural mystery. More tales from the haunted side of Hollywood. Let us now take a deeper look at some other famous locations and share even more ghostly tales that add to the legend of Hollywood's haunted past. The ghosts of the Chateau Marmont. In the grand corridors of the Chateau Marmont, there are many stories of strange encounters. Guests staying in this old hotel have reported seeing shadows move on their own and hearing faint voices echoing through empty hallways. Some say that the ghost of a former guest, whose life ended under mysterious circumstances, still lingers in one of the suites. The legend goes that this spirit appears only on quiet nights, sitting silently by a window or wandering aimlessly in the garden. The Chateau Marmont has seen decades of Hollywood history pass by its doors, and it seems that some souls find it hard to leave such a place of beauty and mystery. One evening, a young visitor recounted her experience at the chateau. She was alone in her room when she suddenly felt a cold breeze sweep through the room. The lights flickered, and for a moment, she thought she saw a figure in a long, flowing dress standing by the balcony. The figure vanished as quickly as it appeared, leaving the visitor with a heart full of both fear and wonder. She later learned that the room she had stayed in was once occupied by a famous actress, whose tragic end was the subject of many whispered conversations. Stories like hers are common in the Chateau Marmont, making it one of the most talked-about haunted spots in Hollywood. The Beverly Hills Hotel and its secret corners. At the iconic Beverly Hills Hotel, known for its luxury and elegance, there is more than just a lavish experience waiting for its guests. There are secrets hidden behind the elegant drapes and ornate decorations. Over the years, staff and guests have reported seeing mysterious figures walking through the halls after midnight. Some claim that these figures are the spirits of former guests who once enjoyed the hotel's opulent lifestyle, but could not let go of their memories. In one memorable account, a longtime maid at the hotel spoke of a cold, shadowy figure that appeared in the lobby. She described it as a man in an old-fashioned suit who would stand silently for a few minutes before vanishing into thin air. Many guests have felt an unexplainable chill near certain corners of the hotel, as if someone from the past was reaching out to them. These stories have become part of the fabric of the Beverly Hills Hotel, adding a layer of mystery to its glamorous reputation. Downtown Los Angeles and the haunting of the Cecil Hotel. Although the Cecil Hotel is not in Hollywood proper, its notorious past and ghost stories add to the overall eerie atmosphere of Los Angeles. The Cecil has been the subject of many documentaries and news reports, with tales of strange sounds, ghostly apparitions, and unexplained events that have left visitors both frightened and fascinated. The hotel's reputation as a place of sorrow and mystery only grows with each story shared by those who dare to visit its dark corridors. The Cecil is a reminder that behind the bright lights of Hollywood, there are places where the past still lingers, echoing with stories of life, death, and the unknown. The Lasky-DeMille Barn, a silent witness to the early days of film. Hidden away from the glitz and glamour of the studios, the Lasky-DeMille Barn stands as a quiet monument to Hollywood's humble beginnings. In its early days, the barn was a busy place where films were made, and many people worked hard to bring stories to life on the silver screen. Over time, however, the barn began to show signs of wear and neglect. Workers who came to the barn reported hearing creaks and groans that did not seem to belong to the old building. Some even claimed to have seen ghostly figures moving among the shadows. The Lasky-DeMille Barn is a place where history whispers in every corner. It reminds us that Hollywood is built on dreams, hard work, and sometimes a touch of the supernatural. As the barn stands in silent dignity, it invites us to remember the people who once labored there, whose spirits may still be part of the very air we breathe in Hollywood. The Magic Castle's mysterious presence. Another unique and intriguing location is the Magic Castle. Known as a private club for magicians, the Magic Castle is full of secret rooms, hidden passages, and an atmosphere that feels both enchanting and eerie. Over the years, many members and guests have shared stories of strange sounds and fleeting shadows in the corridors. Some even believe that the ghost of a famous magician, who was known for his brilliant illusions, still roams the castle at night. One story tells of a young magician who, while practicing in an empty hall, heard soft laughter and the sound of applause, as if an unseen audience was watching him perform. When he turned around, he saw nothing but the dim light of the corridor. Many say that the spirit of an old illusionist is guiding the hands of those who dare to practice magic in the castle. The Magic Castle, with its layers of mystery and charm, remains one of the most fascinating haunted spots in Hollywood. The enduring echoes of the past. The ghost stories of Hollywood remind us that every building, every home, and every street has a history. The stories we have shared of Marilyn Monroe, Bugsy Siegel, Lucille Ball, George Reeves, Paul Bern, Sharon Tate, and many more are all parts of a much larger tapestry that is the history of Hollywood. They speak of love, loss, ambition, and the very human struggle between light and darkness. Some might say that these haunted homes are cursed, or that the spirits linger because of unfinished business. Others believe that the souls of those who lived and died in Hollywood simply found a home in a place that was always full of energy and life. No matter what the truth is, the ghost stories continue to captivate our imaginations. They are passed down from one generation to the next, growing richer and more complex with each telling. How the past lives on. Walking through Hollywood at night, one can almost feel the weight of the past in the cool, silent air. Every building seems to have a story to tell, every corridor a secret to share. The glamour of Hollywood does not erase the sorrow and the struggles of the people who lived there. In fact, the very lights that shine on the red carpet often cast long shadows behind them. The spirits of Hollywood's past may be unseen, but they are always present. They remind us that fame and fortune come with a cost, that every smile hides a story, and that sometimes the most brilliant stars burn out too soon. When you visit a famous haunted home, whether it is Marilyn Monroe's old residence, the grand halls of the Beverly Hills Hotel, or the mysterious corridors of the Chateau Marmont, you are not just seeing a building. You are touching a piece of history, a history filled with dreams, heartache, passion, and mystery, personal encounters, and the whispered legends. Over the years, many people have claimed to have personal encounters with the spirits of Hollywood. Some of these encounters are soft and subtle. A faint whisper in an empty room, a glimpse of a figure in a mirror, or a sudden drop in temperature that makes the hair on your neck stand up. Others are more dramatic, with objects moving on their own, or full apparitions appearing and vanishing before your eyes. One retired actor, who once graced the silver screen in his youth, shared his own experience of a haunted encounter. He told the story of how he stayed overnight in a historic mansion in Hollywood, hoping to find inspiration for a new role. As midnight approached, he began to hear soft music and laughter in the halls. Curiosity got the better of him, and he followed the sound to a dimly lit corridor. There, he saw what looked like a group of people dressed in old-fashioned clothing, dancing slowly as if in a grand ball. When he tried to speak to them, they disappeared into thin air, leaving him with the lasting memory that the past was very much alive in that old house. Another visitor at the Magic Castle described feeling a gentle hand on her shoulder while she was alone in a quiet room. When she turned, no one was there, only the lingering feeling of a presence that wanted to say hello. These personal accounts, though simple in their telling, add to the long list of stories that make Hollywood's haunted homes so fascinating. The lessons of haunted Hollywood. What do these ghost stories teach us? Beyond the eerie thrills and chills, they serve as reminders of the impermanence of life. They remind us that time moves on, but memories and feelings can remain. In Hollywood, a place built on dreams, the ghosts of the past continue to remind us that every person, no matter how famous or powerful, has a story that deserves to be remembered. The haunted homes of Hollywood are like living history books. Their walls and corridors hold echoes of laughter, tears, struggles, and triumphs. They teach us that even in a world of glamour and glitz, there is a deep, emotional undercurrent that ties us all together. Every ghostly sighting, every unexplained noise, and every eerie feeling is a connection to a life once lived, and a story that will never be forgotten.